Hello everyone and welcome back to the Nullius mod. This is Otaku Showboat. Today, we are now running version 1.1.2. Yesterday's episode, going live on a Monday, was recorded on a Thursday, if I am not mistaken, of the previous week. So, things are slightly different. Slightly different. You can immediately see that I have brought the charcoal up. The graphite. It's all carbon. They brought it up. I've brought it up all the way over here. And I am now automating on the bus the filters into a chest. Another chest of filters. I already have a chest of filters, but more. I want more. I want all of the everything. I am also automating a few extra things that I may have not been automating before, particularly pipes. These pipes. Specifically. The pipe 2s. As well as standard iron underground pipe 1s. Those are now being automated. I've also filled up my box of stone bricks, so I've got basically infinity of that. So I've had to take the extra stone and gravel it, rather than stone brick it, for the time being. What else? I think that's about it on the main bus that I would like to state. Yes, I have an entire box full of 200 wind turbines. No, I have not placed them, nor do I think I intend to at this point. Oh, I put in a box for the motors, so now I can actually go and just grab some motors. That's the most important one, actually. Of all the stuff that's here, most important thing would be to have that available for the motors. Pretty nice indeed. Down here, at the gas processing, fluid processing, whatever you want to call, chemistry area. At chemistry, I have done the things that I said I was going to do off screen, remembering that a lot of this was done down below in a way that wasn't particularly scalable. I have moved things over to the side so that we have space to scale things. I haven't put the rubber on the bus yet. I guess I could have done that. I do hope you enjoyed my hallelujah moment. In fact, what I've gone and done as a result of that hallelujah moment is add a couple variations of it onto my Streamlabs as a sort of soundboard. So now, when we look at rubber, I can just go, and it's great. It's glorious. It's working as intended. We shall have the hallelujah moments. Quick little ones and the longer version as well. So over here I have the actual at-scale graphite. This is one of the things that I wanted to do. The original graphite over here is now completely replaced. It's all gone. It's all out of the way, gone. It's over here now, and bigger scale than previously. I've also got my steam batteries, combusting hydrogen and oxygen into steam, which we can see steam's turbine energy is 8 kilojoules per unit. Per unit steam. Okay, 8 kilojoules per unit steam. This would make 200 times 8 is what you would get out of that much hydrogen and oxygen. for those willing to do that math. I'm not really going to do that math because I'm not going to focus on that for my energy production, considering I have 60 wind turbines. Didn't I have 61? Did, oh, a wind turbine likely got disconnected? Huh. I didn't notice that. This is just the voiding that we did last time. I needed to add another chimney onto this ethylene one, because as it turns out, we're actually making a lot of steam out of the excess ethylene production. That'll go down as I bring the rubber onto the mall. But essentially, that's about it. I've expanded the carbon monoxide production, specifically for the extra graphite. And that also means more carbon dioxide out of the air in the atmosphere. And yeah, we have all these electrolyzers here. And more hydro plant action. I totally called this megawatt when I meant kilowatt last time for the power on these. 250 on the distillery, 150 per hydro plant. Now that was higher by 25%. And then you'll also notice there's these pipes here that are technically in the way, but you know, I have enough space between that I can actually get these in between as I'm scaling downwards. I can do that just fine. Oh, those are extras. Hey. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I can keep bringing these down, just adjust the exact positioning on these as we go. But these are needed. These are actually needed because of pressure, throughput, pipe throughput. It's, yeah, potentially. I mean, I really don't know how much, how often I will really need it to operate at max, considering that I am vastly overdoing it on the number of wind turbines. They have to be essentially 0 before I will ever actually use the turbine power generation. And really, because these are surge electrolyzers, if that's not giving me enough power to run the surge electrolyzers, it'll use all of the steam and then it'll just die until the wind comes back. And, you know, I'm okay with that. I am completely okay with that. So yeah, this got isolated right here, this one. I was like, huh, there should be 61 wind turbines. Yeah, one of them ended up getting isolated after my shenanigans with removing this infrastructure. So, all of that said and done, oh gosh, I need to mine a different section here. Whoops. How much you got left? Not much. This is the sandstone, by the way. These are all regular mining drills, small miner ones. What are we going to do today, now that I have introduced all that stuff that I have done between episodes, as well as the couple of updates that have happened to the stuffs? I'm going to take those away. Those are now barren. I honestly don't know. So we have rubber. Let's get this rubber onto the main bus. That's a decent step one. Bring up the rubber. What we need to do still, what's being used? This line here. There we go. So this will be rubber. Let me remove that so that I know that that line is not free. Because it's got charcoal. Now, do I want to put the rubber and the charcoal on the same line? Because I currently only have one lane of the charcoal at any given moment. I think I'm okay for now. You will do that and pull up to the bus as well, because I need glorious silica. We have two things that we need to do. We have aluminium processing. We have silica processing. If I hit T, the correct button on here, and we look at our available techs, or more specifically, if I look at the science that I have now unlocked, this guy, we need insulated wires, logic circuits, lamps, and capacitors to make these purple electrical prototypes. 3 of those items are in this previous tech, Electronics 1. This is going to need aluminium wire to make the logic circuits, as well as plastic, graphite, and polycrystalline silicon. The insulated wire is aluminium wire plus rubber, so that's fine. The capacitor is using aluminium sheets, as well as alumina and plastic and graphite. You see sort of where we're going here. We need the polycrystalline silica processing, as well as, you know, there's our rubber that we just made, and yeah, we have graphite now provided, we have plastic now provided, we need alumina, aluminium wire, which looks like it needs aluminium rods, as well as aluminium sheets, and alumina. Well, alrighty then, let's have a look here. So yeah, the wires are the rods are the ingots, the plates are the ingots, the sheets are the plates, and the plates are the ingots. The ingots on these, well, let's see. Alumina is aluminum hydroxide. Well, there you go. Aluminum hydroxide, and it produces sludge. So we have to deal with sludge going forward. We also need to make caustic solution in order to process crushed bauxite in the first place. When we make ingots, we end up with carbide, and that reprocesses back into the aluminum hydroxide. By the way, this is aluminum in this mod, so I will call it aluminum and not aluminium. In Angels, it's aluminium. In Pyanodons, it's aluminium. I guess in Bob's, it would also be aluminium. In this mod, it is aluminum, which is what I'm more used to, because I am in the United States. And this is how we spell and say aluminum. There is a spelling difference as well as a pronunciation difference between the regions. So we're going to go with the way that it is spelled will be how we pronounce it in this mod. So aluminum hydroxide out of carbide in here. Yeah. And that's just one aspect. Then we have the silicon. Polycrystalline silicon is going to need nitrogen, hydrogen chloride, and silicon ingots. And it produces hydrogen and chlorine. So there's a little loop back if you want to do that, which you have to do that with the chlorine, because chlorine is non-disposable. You will have to do some shenanigans. I'm okay with doing these shenanigans with pipe prioritization, like pipe usage prioritization. So that's going to be interesting. And then silicon ingots is simply graphite and silica. So not that huge of a deal in the grand scheme. And of course, you electrolyze saline water to get hydrogen and chlorine. The problem with that is there's also sodium hydroxide as a byproduct of that, which we can use to make caustic solution at this point in time. Oh look, and you can actually void the caustic solution with hydrochloric acid. Okay. Okay. I see what we're doing here. Cool. Well, opening hell mod. We've sort of looked at how to deal with sludge as well. Let me... what do we want to start with? Let's start with the aluminum. So, for the aluminum, I want to make... Interesting, there's pickled aluminum recipes. Okay, that's... is what it is, I guess. What do I want to go to? Probably the ingot part of it. We will set matrix solver because I have to reprocess this carbide into additional hydroxide. The hydroxide is from the crushed bauxite, which of course gets crushed there. We need caustic solution from bauxite. Say I want 1 per second of that. What are we looking at here? Why are you not matrix solving? Now you are. Order should not matter, yet for some reason it does. Okay. That produces sludge. This gives me a crushed iron and a sand that we have to deal with in some way. I can get the water and the graphite just fine. Now, caustic solution can be made out of sodium hydroxide and water. Cool. Sodium hydroxide. Is there a great way of getting sodium hydroxide without too much of a fuss? The answer to that is going to be nah. Nah. It actually looks like it would be better to deal with brine versus saline electrolysis to make your sodium hydroxide in the grand scheme. Brine is out of saline water. Note that we do have a water requirement in here as well. In fact, we make... No, I don't know that you are giving me the right numbers here, game. This says we are outputting 3.9 extra water. We are, in fact, not outputting 3.9 extra water. In fact, we are short on water through this method, but oh well. This will be fine. Is there a wastewater reprocessing? Not that I have access to yet. Okay. Not one I have access to yet. In fact, you know what? I'll take a Hellmod water to see if that fixes anything. Put it all the way up top. Alright, no, that doesn't do anything. Alright. from here, I need to deal with this chlorine, because chlorine is non-disposable. It is non-disposable. It tells me right there, non-disposable, as much as I wish that it was. What are we capable of doing with the chlorine? The only thing we can do with the chlorine is make hydrogen chloride out of it, which conveniently we're going to need for other things anyway. I really hate when things are tied to each other, but here we are, I guess. Really don't like when things get tied to each other. In this case, it would be the crystalline silicon and the aluminium being at least somewhat tied to each other, because we're going to need this hydrogen chloride on the crystalline silicon. Now, can we get rid of hydrogen chloride? We are going to need lubricant at some point as a expense. There's the polycrystalline silicon, which will be an expense, but otherwise, none of this is going to be available to me because these are all Angels, Petrochem, and Fluid Control. These are really our only options. What happened to that caustic? Oh, that's hydrochloric acid. I see. I see. That caustic uses hydrochloric acid. 100 units. To get rid of excess caustic. Huh. Interesting. Hydrochloric is also non-disposable, but if you have the caustic solution, you can dispose of it. You can also do that into sludge and carbon dioxide. Looks like there's other things yet to be unlocked as well. So if I put that in and I put, like, well, I can get rid of the saline. It's just, bleh, that's a lot of caustic, when caustic is only out of sodium hydroxide. So, yeah, lots of interesting things to consider here. For whatever reason, Helmod is telling me that it doesn't like it very much. It doesn't want to show me that branch of usage. Don't know why, but hey, no matter. It don't matter none. It don't matter to me. So I think that's actually it. There's the crushed iron that, yeah, we could use, but we could also gravel it. We could also gravel it. We're going to gravel it. And then from gravel, we get into the interesting stuff. Yeah, because I'm able to deal with gravel in a better way at this point, actually. Through this process, mineral dust. Mineral dust. Just add some hydrochloric acid. And you can make carbon dioxide and sludge. Speaking of sludge, we also have 15.3 sludge down here. How do you deal with sludge? Well, there will be ways to reprocess sludge into various things, if you so desire. However, there's also this, which is sludge and seawater into wastewater directly, and that is what we are going to do with the sludge. Yes, this is a lot of zeros here. It's fine. I just am going to hope and pray that we have enough production of the everything to actually do this. Let's get started. Let's pin. So I don't forget anything. We're likely going to forget everything as we go along. Now, a lot of this starts with bauxite and with crushers. So let's make some crushers. Let's make some flotation, which actually eats crushers, sadly. Oh, whoops. Flotation. I will need chem plants. I have 15 chem plants. I think I'm okay there. I will need furnaces. I will need electrolysis. We're going to go ahead and make some electrolysis. There, I will need hydro plants and distilleries. Distilleries. Need more iron stuffs. And a couple of hydro plants. Excellent. This is a bit of handcrafting. I'll be back when I have finished the handcrafting. Okay, so we've now made a whole bunch of the infrastructure, the bulk of the infrastructure. It took, a while to handcraft all that infrastructure, but during that time, I've been looking at all of this, specifically the hydrogen and hydrochloric. Hello. I have, in fact, been joined by an Ollie. Hey, boy. My Ollie is here, playing the piano as well. Yes, that's my boy. Hello, my Ollie. Whatever he wants to do, he'll be able to do. Do you want to be in the lap? I don't know, but anyway. This is going to make more hydrochloric acid than I will be able to get rid of through mineral dust into sludge, into wastewater. So the way to fix this, to solve this, is that I need additional gravel brought in, and unfortunately there's not a particularly good dedicated way of making gravel. In fact, there is no dedicated way of making gravel. I've been looking to try to find a dedicated way of producing gravel in a way that is like scalable, something that we can do in a dedicated factory, and it does not exist. Well, it exists, but there's always a but now, isn't there? But it involves destroying iron ore. It involves spending iron ore to make enough gravel to convert into enough mineral dust to deal with the hydrochloric acid, which is non-disposable for whatever reason. Yeah. I am, of course, before doing any of this, going to be keeping a massive storage of the stuff, because that's gonna be really dumb to just spend iron ore to delete hydrochloric acid that we may use later. This recipe right here for the caustic solution and hydrochloric, I don't know why this exists. because I was looking at this, and the amount of sodium hydroxide that you get out from producing hydrogen and chlorine will never make enough caustic solution to void all of the hydrochloric acid. It will not ever make enough. It is tied to this 1:15 ratio, regardless of which recipe you use to get the sodium hydroxide out at scale. It is this 1:15 between the hydroxide and the chlorine, and there's only these two ways of really getting it. I mean, there's this, but don't know what that's all about. Maybe later we'll have something to do with it. Huh? That is genuinely Nullius? Sodium hydroxide electrolysis? There's a sodium. There is a glycerol. Hey, is glycerol combustible? It makes amino acids that can be deleted. It can be reformed with carbon dioxide, compressed carbon dioxide. Yes, it can be combusted. In effect, that, I think, is going to be the long-term way, because that uses hydrochloric as well as ECH, which uses hydrochloric or propene and chlorine and caustic. Yeah, this more advanced stuff will ultimately be the way of disposing of that, of the byproducts. It's going to take a long time to get there, which this entire situation exists because we can't vent chlorine anymore in the most recent version of Nullius. Why they thought it was a good idea, I don't know, because it's not actually designed at this phase of the game to be able to actually deal with it. Like, why would you not have a way of dealing with it? Even, like, going into purple science, like, there's no way, even at mechanical engineering, for you to deal with that chlorine in a reasonable way. But you know what? We'll just store the hydrochloric for the moment, as well as some whatever excess caustic that we end up with, and go from there. Now, where are we going to start with this? Oh boy, because we haven't set up anything yet, and I've been recording for 50 minutes, and I have done nothing. Okay, let's get progress going. Let's do, first off, delete these rocks, get them out of my way. Plonk those guys down. How many of those did I actually make? 6? I'll need a couple more maybe up there. You're gonna take the things, and I don't have the ore production for this yet. Okay. This is gonna make 3 things. The sand, crushed iron ore, and crushed bauxite. Unfortunately, with the sand, it will have to be deleted. There is a way of deleting it, though, so that is just fine. The crushed iron will get crushed again. Now, I don't know, is there a hydrochloric landfill type? Maybe. Don't know, but what I do know is that we are going to be doing this into the gravel. Now, this will make this will be a 4-to-3 ratio. The gravel will make mineral dust. Whatever, the mineral dust will go into a flotation cell, and that's gonna do its thing. We'll put a chimney, if I have any chimneys. I don't have any chimneys. These things get spent on something. What is it? Oh, it's the distilleries? Are those eating my chimneys every time I make distilleries? I guess so. And anything that eats distilleries will also consume the thingies. Of course, it's on the wrong side. Alright, that's going to be here. Now, off screen, I did switch to pipe 2s on my hotbar, if you didn't notice that. So this is actually disposable stuff here from the hydrochloric and mineral dust. The sludge can be dealt with. I don't know about plopping this here to deal with it, though, but we're gonna do it anyway. Let's move that a tile over. There we go. And that just makes wastewater that we can outfall. That is all of that stuff, those steps taken care of. I'm gonna not this. I will need a this. Do I want it here though? That's the question, because water is down here at chemistry. Some of this I'm going to do at chemistry, others I'm going to do up at the bus, and we'll be fine at the bus. So yeah, water is here. Like, there is... Thing is, this is water that is a byproduct water? Exclusively a byproduct water? Not to be confused with this water being produced here. So I'm gonna find what is my next line to draw. It's right here. Yo, use the level 2s, thanks. Oh, right, but then I have to, like, redo all the max length stuffs. It doesn't align. It occasionally aligns, but oh well. There we go. There's the stuffs. You will ultimately be doing that. Way over here. But first comes the brine surge electrolyzer. Yep. We're gonna go out there. Brine. Let's go. Let's enjoy the brine. I don't know if I'm producing brine anywhere. Pretty sure maybe I'm getting it over here. Oh yes, right there. Why hello, brine. I see you. I see the brine. The brine needs an auxiliary valve. Huzzah. Go gadget auxiliary valves. Oh gosh. The loudness of the electrolyzers is extremely loud. Why do you... Why? Huh? You. There. But pump. Do I have a pump? Any free pumps? No, of course not. I have spent all of my pumps. Make me a pump. That is a seawater intake. That is not a pump. This is my pump. This is my pump. I don't go anywhere without my pump. Or do I? Do I? I do. Go everywhere without my pump. Let's see. That's gonna hurt if I do that. That is gonna hurt if I do that. Why? Because this is the only dedicated way of making gravel in sufficient quantities to deal with hydrochloric acid, without having to spend caustics. Yeah. Yeah, that is a thing. That is a very real thing that you can do if you so desire. You can absolutely do this thing. Yep, do that. Why does it... Okay, I guess that's actually somewhat... That makes somewhat an amount of sense. Flip you. This is not to scale. Not built to scale in any way, shape, or form. But we will need to just deal with it. Okay, sodium hydroxide. I need you to convert into caustic, which means adding more water. You know what? I think that it might, in fact, be easier to just plonk my water here on this side for you. That's making the hydrochloric acid for me. This is going to be making the caustic solution. I'm going to throw it into a tank. Pump the caustic into a... I don't have any tanks. I've been, whoopsies. I've been spending all of my tanks on buildings. Certain buildings, like the distillery, use tanks. There you go. Turn on the power. And we are now making caustic solution. Yeah, we're also gonna stick a tank on that hydrochloric acid for now. For now. Maybe I should tank up the hydrogen chloride. What do you say? Let's go ahead and stick a tank on the hydrogen chloride. There we go. That'll help. I hope. I hope it helps. Caustic, that stuff is going. I mean, technically all of that is going. Now I need to get caustics brought up all the way to here. We're almost done, by the way. Just so's we are clear on that. We are, in fact, nearly finished. Not that much more to go. So 7. How many did I make of the U? Okay, I made enough. 7. Ta-da! This takes a solid in. This solid in. Produces a solid out. Whoopsies. Okay, this also makes this stuff. This is the reprocessing of sludge right in here. It needs a seawater in. A seawater in. This doesn't produce that much sludge though, so not too worried about it. Not all that worried. I think there needs to be some other way of dealing with the chlorine, by the way. Cough, cough, wink, wink, nudge, nudge, earlier. And a way, as in, just for me, for this playthrough, I need a thing. I need the thing. Or, like, tell me how to deal with it, because I don't see. I am blind. Legit. I am, in fact, blind. Not even blinded by the light, just blind. I cannot see through my ganders at Hellmod how to do this properly. Because everything is seemingly telling me that if I want a dedicated way of dealing with the byproduct chlorine stuff in here, that I am unfortunately going to need to do something. I need to do this here. This will deal with the sand. It needs seawater, as does this one. So more seawater, more wastewater produced. Very easy way to deal with sand right there. So that actually will mean that you need to go over here on the other side of this. Even though you can, doesn't mean that you should. Alright, go there. Glorious. You are not producing because you don't have the caustic yet. This is where the caustic will enter. Caustic solution. Go. Be free to make aluminum hydroxide. Then we need furnaces. Almad, thank you. And you're just making alumina. Glorious! Alumina. Well, congratulations, we need one of these for the bus. The rest will get processed with some charcoal. Huzzah. At 14, that's 14 by my count. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Building all of the things. I am out of inserters. Let us grab more inserters. This is the longest recording session I have ever done. But you know what? It had a whole bunch of building in it. So I think we're fine on time. This is probably going to be a longer video. Much, much longer video. Not an hour. But pushing it. Why? Because I felt like it. Because I felt like a longer session, and because I want some, I want progress made in each video. I want some semblance of progress made. I will need to filter out the aluminum carbide to deal with first. This, I need to bring all the way over my graphite. I still need to make steel, too. Wow, that's gonna be fun. What's the alignment? I'm pretty sure that this is... Yep, there we go. Okay. Now what? Now what's your Oh. Yeah, you need the hydrochloric brought in. And then we have to avoid the doohickeys. For now, dump a chest with the things. I mean, technically it is a 4:3 ratio. There's a little bit of a difference in density there. We can deal with that whenever we get to it eventually. The carbide needs reprocessing with water, regular water, and it produces methane, which is ventable, which can be destroyed. As is, there's no reason to combust. Zero reason for combustion. However, it makes hydroxide, so we need to be sure to do this input priority. And that is... Okay, that's going to be on the same lane. I don't need to worry about the which lane issue, because it's all going to be here, at least at the moment, on the same lane. Well, we have a few ingots of aluminium. Now we get to deal with those ingots. Congratulations! We are done, and we have ingots. We now need foundries. Foundries. I'm gonna do this. Delete all these rocks. Really? Foundry makes capacitors. Huh. So we're gonna do it as... Okay. You. On one side, you on the other. Da, da, ba, da. This production is going to be exceedingly low for the time being. Then we get to do the same thing for the sheets and wires. Ta-da! We have officially begun aluminium aluminium processing from bauxite. Aluminum processing from bauxite. Excuse me. I now need to deal with the byproducts by bringing up water and bringing out wastewater and bringing in saline water. I need to bring in, or not saline, but seawater. I need seawater. I need to bring in the hydrogen or hydrochloric acid to deal with all of the things. I am going to do that between episodes. That sounds like a wonderful idea to me. That will happen between episodes. With that, folks, cue the Hallelujah chorus. We have made aluminum intermediates. Aluminum intermediates. God dang it, playing multiple mods with it, different spellings. We have made aluminum plates. We have made aluminum rods. We have made aluminum sheets. And we have made aluminum wires. With that, I would like to thank you all for watching. This has been a Talking Show, but if you've enjoyed today's video, please be sure to do all of the social and engagement stuff below. Leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe if you have not yet subscribed, and hit the notification bell. Consider becoming a member of the channel by hitting that great big blue join button, as well as supporting on Patreon at patreon.com/otakushowboat if you are so inclined and able. I will be back when I'm back, and I will see you all on the next one. Thank you.